So what we're looking at here in the garage and family home of Bruce McLaren and his dad, who ran the shop here, are all the signatures along the wall from folks who worked with the team and have come by to visit, obviously. But
they're also significant. The majority New Zealand drivers.
Okay.
We've got some really well-known New Zealand drivers that kind of, in a way, were mentors to Bruce. People like Ross Jensen. Certainly Jack Brabham was a huge mentor for Bruce. When Bruce first got involved in motor racing, Jack bought a car across from Australia. He was interested and went down the road and offered him a whole bunch of bits, and Jack sort of said, "Oh well, thanks, but I don't really need them." But what ended up transpiring is that Jack used to spend his time when he was in New Zealand to my New Zealand mum and dad, Jack Brabham.
wow.
And Jack actually sold Bruce's father, Pop, his first single-seat race car. It was a Cooper Bobtail. Bruce had success in that. The New Zealand International Grand Prix Association came up with a scheme called Driver to Europe. And Bruce McLaren was one of the candidates for that scheme, and it was basically they were sent off to Europe as a race driver with a scholarship, a blazer, and the support of, in this case, Jack Brabham and the Cooper Formula One team. So Bruce won that, and that was in 1958. Jack was already driving for the Cooper Formula One team. He was their number one driver. Bruce came in, was a very, very good support driver to Jack as a number two driver. And in 1959, Bruce ended up winning his first Grand Prix, kind of by accident.
Yeah, that record hadn't been broken for a long time.
Took about 44 years.
Yeah, the youngest guy to do that.
Fernando Alonso broke it.
That's right.
And now Trulli has broken it as well. So, yeah, Bruce was 22 in 104 days. Yeah, when he won his first Grand Prix. And it was kind of by accident because Jack ran out of fuel.
Oh.
And Bruce was following him. And Bruce wasn't sure what to do, and the third place guy was catching them. So Jack waved him through. He won his first Grand Prix. We've got pictures, I'll show you, of Jack pushing the car across the line.
Awesome.
He came home fourth, and he won his first World Championship.
Beautiful.
Jack Brabham went off out on his own, left the Cooper Formula One company. Bruce did the same thing a few years later and formed his own company.
Beautiful.
So
this is just a wall of fame, if you like.
This is people, local drivers, Dennis Marwood,
and the MOB.
David Oxton.
This stands for
the McLaren Old Boys.
The mob.
Yeah.
Old Boys.
Yeah.
Great.
Some of the journalists, Ian Young was from Timaru. He was a bank teller down in Timaru. He met Bruce when they were racing down there, and he decided he would go off at his OE, became Bruce's secretary. He's written a huge number of books. Jimmy Stone worked for the McLaren team. He went on to form Stone Brothers Racing in Australia, racing the V8 supercars.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Chris Amon has visited us, added his name to the wall. Ken Smith, a local driver who's won our New Zealand Grand Prix 3 times. He's just an incredible guy.
Wow.
Sir Tom Clark, he was big involved in motor racing and then yachting. Other drivers.
So you have Formula 5000 here?
Yeah.
Is this a sort of a...
When a whole bunch of guys came across from Europe,
Wow.
Frank Lyons, his wife Judy Lyons, and all these guys came across and raced their Formula 5000s. 5000s is really becoming a renaissance sport with a lot of people buying cars. guys like Lenny Gilbert, Rod Coleman. These are legends in New Zealand. We've just had Craig Beard come in this month. He's a local Kiwi driver, drives Porsche GT3s, among other things. And Angus Fogg has also been in this month. He drives in the New Zealand V8 series. So this is awesome. Sort of drivers from way back right through to the current guys that are driving.
And we have some beautiful photographs. Is this an Apollo moon landing?
Yeah. This is 1969.
Oh, wow.
Because I can tell the type of car. And this is a little mock-up of the Apollo moon landing.
Was that a next step for Bruce at that stage?
Well, there was a heck of a lot that he was doing.
Yeah.
This is Bruce also at one of the Can-Am races with his mum, Ruth, and father, whose Christian name was Les, but he was always called Pop.
Wow. Beautiful. This is amazing. We're just in the first hallway here.
Yeah, exactly.
You have a lot happening here. This is just beautiful.
And then we've got some of the signed photos. People like Tom Clark, Len Gilbert, Jack Bradman, as I mentioned, Denny Holm, who drove with Bruce to make up the other half of the Bruce and Denny show.
Oh yeah.
And then we've got Jackie Stewart and Innes Island and Jim Clark and
oh my gosh,
all these guys came down to New Zealand and raced in what we call the Tasman series. This series was created so that these guys could come down.
This is beautiful. Wow.
What's this chip have you got in your camera?
Not big enough, believe me. So I'm going to